Middle East ribbon with 4 bronze stars and 5 overseas bars. He was also awarded the Purple Heart twice after being wounded at Omaha Beach on D-Day, again at the Battle of Pumpkin Forest. He was discharged in 1945 and worked at the VA hospital in Iron Mountain, retiring from there after 27 years. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Mr. Stanley Carlson, a real American hero.
Thank you for the introduction. I don't think, can you hear me all right back there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, you gave me a good introduction there. That'll cut back some of my speech. I know heroes. The heroes that I know in Flying Steel. I never wanted to be a hero. But I'm glad to be here in Hermansville talking to you. This is the 75th anniversary of Armistice Day, which was the ending of World War I in 1918. At that time, they made November 11th Armistice Day. And they celebrated that, but it was never made official through the government. In 1938, the government passed a bill making it Veterans Day. It included the war from the First World War, which was never passed and really made too long. In 1954, they passed and the service organizations got behind it. They made, in 1954, they made Veterans Day. And it's been celebrated, it passed the legislature, and they made that, it's been celebrated ever since as Veterans Day. It's a funny thing, the Second World War had more people, service people, in the Army and the services. And right today, we've got the least. Today, there's 1.7 million veterans from World War II. In Korea and Vietnam, Vietnam is the greatest. Korea's next, Vietnam, there's 7.4 million that were in the service left. The rest of them, Desert Storm, Iraq and Afghanistan, they're all under, just about 2 million, 2.3 million people left in the services. So that's just a brief summary that maybe a lot of people didn't know about this being the 75th anniversary of our celebration today. My presentation that I was going to give is on love of country. I was born in Faithorn. I graduated from school here in Hermansville. For English 1 year, you were supposed to read a book or memorize a poem. And I read the book, and I didn't like to give a report on that, so I memorized this poem. The name of it was Love of Country. It was written by Sir Walter Scott. And I will recite that for you now. Reads, there the man with soul so dead, who never to himself has said, this is our own, our native land, whose heart has never within him burned. His home, his footsteps he has turned from wandering on a foreign land. If such there breathes, go mark him well. For him no minstrel song may swell. High though his title, proud his name, boundless his wealth, his wish could claim. Despite these titles, powers and pelf, the wretched sender, all himself, and doubly dying shall go down to the vile depths from whence he sprung, unwept, unhonored, and unsung. That little poem stuck with me through my travels throughout the years. I toured, well, I can't say I toured, but I was in them. North Africa, Sicily, France, Germany, Belgium. I'd never seen a place that was better than this country right around here. My ambition when I was in the service was to make her back home with my legs and arms. And I was going to make my home in Faithorn and Midas Township, which I did. So my dream kind of came true. No matter what country I was in, I judged it by this country around here. And I never found in the world, this is in Europe, I never found a place that I would sooner be or live in than this country right around here. My parents were both immigrants. They came over from the old country. I'm a first generation American. And my love of country started at home. My parents never taught us a foreign language, and both of them spoke foreign language. They wanted us to be true Americans. When we went to school, we knew the alphabet, we could write our own name. There was a lot of kids in them days, they were immigrants, they still could only speak their mother tongue, you know. And anyway, my parents made sure that we didn't have that to go through to get out. And I will say this, no matter where I was in the country, I judged it by our little country right around here. And I've been in the United States, quite a few different states. You don't see where I'm living out there, do you? I'm living back here. That'll tell you. If I would have found a place that I thought was better, or that was better for me, I'd have probably been there. I never found it. And I tell you, my decision that I made this a good many years ago wasn't too bad because I'm still here. Now, I'm not going to make a long speech on this, but I will say this. I know most of the old-timers, this young fellow here, our commander, I knew him when he could run underneath the table and never bump his head. Now he's telling me what to do. I used to tell him what to do. Anyway, I tell you, Jim, if you ever leave this part of the country, take a little drink out of that Menominee River, you'll always come back. I did this love of country in 1936, this poem that I got, that kind of set the standards for my life, was that poem that I just recited. Sir Walter Scott, I don't know if you want the lines out of that poem. I wanted one of my kids to give that at a Memorial Day throughout the years. They never wanted to learn it. So anyway, I said to her, well, that's the way I learned it. I said, and that's the way I'm giving it. After a couple of days ago, and she said, you know, Dad, you were right. That's the way it is. The 3 lines, somebody else had put that in there, and they put 3 extra lines in there. You can't always believe what's in them computers. You put it in there. But I tell you, what I'm telling you today, you can put that in the computer. And I didn't need a book to get it out of reading. This is my end of my presentation today. I want to say this, God bless the United States of America, God bless all the veterans, and God bless our Pledge of Allegiance. That should be compulsory that they give that. That concludes my presentation.
Carlson.